tension. What a great thing to design a game around. Stealth and survival horror games are made on the idea of making the player deliberate over tiny decisions and hate themselves for overlooking obvious choices in moments of panic. This thing is what makes the horse racing solitaire game great. I know it's silly, I know it's relying on charm, I know you might think that's where the core of the appeal is, but I insist it's not. Time solitaire is tense, and pinning your success on what you do with the cards you're dealt with builds on that feeling. Seeing your cartoon horse struggle through the race and charge through ahead of the pack when you do well makes you feel emotional investment in succeeding. Building this into an ongoing career raises the stakes even higher. This is what pinball and pachinko tried to do with their animated screens and grand themes, but they've never done it as well as this stupid 3DS eShop game. I've always loved the thing in games about big victories relying on abstract involvement. It's in every game to some degree, but when the game's self-aware of its absurdity, it can be really silly and fun. Mr. Domino pushing a button to have someone get run over by a car, or Parappa baking seafood cake for the flower he fancies by rapping to TV or whatever. Beautiful! Give me more of that! My heart yearns for it! Pocket Card Jockey is gloriously aware of how dumb it is. I don't want to spoil the jokes in the opening because they're genuinely funny, but rest assured the game has fun with how stupid a concept solitaire-dependent horse racing is. There's something terrific about horses in something like this. Horses aren't terribly expressive animals, they're not Yoshis or Pokemon. Anything said about horses' grace or nobility is entirely a reflection of the wank talking about them. That's all funny to me. The pageantry pinned on these disinterested burping vehicle creatures. It's daft! I like to think Pocket Card Jockey feels the same way. The horses are like beanbags with legs. They're ridiculous. They are central to making this work. Not everyone is going to love Pocket Card Jockey. Crucially, if you don't find the concept funny or charming, you're unlikely to get much out of the game. That's obvious. What's more divisive is how much your successes depend on luck. You're relying on shuffled cards. Impatient people may think their odds are entirely random and not see the point in trying. That would be ignoring all the strategy, wit and preparation that goes into playing the game well, of course, but the randomly dealt cards are a huge contributing component of the victories and losses. You've got some control over the path your horse will take after each round of solitaire, allowing you to take advantage of your rival's positions and pick up bonuses. Finding a good opening that keeps you on the inside lane on corners is a fun little addition to the game, and there's little that's quite as satisfying as finding a good position to overtake from before the final stretch. There's a lot of things you can do to fight back against your luck, but crucially, if you're dealt bad cards, you're going to have a much harder time winning races. Every race in Pocket Card Jockey feels important. Miss a victory and your horse won't get as strong and you won't qualify for the bigger races. You want to win as many races as possible before your horse is put out to pasture. You want it to get strong so you can have it breed and make new horses with their best traits. You also want to gain as much money as possible so you can buy special items and help secure victories in the most important races. If you get a lot of money, you can even buy panels for giant jigsaw puzzles completed over days and days of playing. There's also special breeds of horses you can unlock, like witch horses, robot horses and high school delinquent horses. At this point, I'd hope I've been able to explain why I've spent over 120 hours playing this stupid little game. Most of the podcasts and stand-up comedy shows I've listened to in the last year have been accompanied with these silly horses. I'm really glad Pokemon is doing so well because it's that success that lets Game Freak dip their toes into wee weirdo games like this and Harmonite. Those are the games that I really like and the ones that show off the team's creativity and humour. I can't wait to see what they'll come up with next.